Us back here, and welcome back to the long-awaited return of the rFactor Ayrton Senna Career. I've decided to bring this series back after a few months break because I've had loads of messages, loads of comments saying please bring this series back because a lot of people really enjoyed this series. So I decided to bring the series back, and we're here in Canada for the 1984 Canadian Grand Prix. It's a bit of a different circuit from the modern circuit. I've just gone through that very quick chicane there. Usually a straight would be in that chicane's place, but not on this circuit variation. Going through the Wall of Champion chicane here. I'm not sure what the actual name is, but we're going to finish the lap here, the 7th lap in practice, and we go 19 thousandths slower than De Angelis, so we've got good pace here. So after a relatively dull practice session, move on to qualifying now. This is the outlapping qualifying at the very start of the session. Not done a lap yet, but we're just about to move on to a lap as we head into the Wall of Champion chicane. We've got a massive amount of oversteer there. We're almost put into wall before the lap's even started. And at the end of that lap, we're just about to go over the line. We're going to see what lap time it is, and we've gone 2.5 tenths slower, so we've lost quite a bit of time. Later in that session, we do actually catch up to some people on track, and they've actually hit into each other. My teammate and the Tyrrell driver, Martin Brundle. We're going to try and go around the outside of Martin Brundle. He squeezed us right onto the curb, so it's not very nice from him. But now we're behind Brundle. We're going to try and outbrake him into the chicane. Yes, we do make that move stick. Now we're on the back of Johnny Cicotto, our teammate in the other Tillman car, heading through this very, very quick right-hander, very close to the wall there. We're going to try and hang it around his outside. Yes, we do make that move stick before the chicane, but you can see how much time we've lost. We've lost 1.6 seconds to Nigel Mansell, which is not good. But despite having some trouble with traffic in qualifying, we do actually manage to get a lap together. This happened right at the very end of the session on lap 18, so this is the quickest lap that I did in qualifying, so enjoy. So after finishing off that qualifying lap, I actually managed to line up for second on the grid tomorrow in the race, which is actually pretty good. I think it's the highest qualifying position that I've actually had in this season so far. I'm behind Alain Prost, who took pole by over 7.5 tenths, which was a fairly dominant lap by him. It just proves how dominant that McLaren actually is. But we do have the extremely quick Lotuses of Nigel Mansell and Elio De Angelis right behind us, so it's going to be a fairly interesting race. But it's now time for the 1984 Canadian Grand Prix. It's race day here in Montreal. We're lined up alongside the McLaren of Alain Prost, waiting for the lights to go. It's 3 lights and lights out, and away we go. We get a fairly average start, getting bogged down a little and a lot of wheel spin in the second phase of the start. Nigel Mansell's managed to get past. We're going to go up his inside again. We're going to retake that position. He's now alongside us to our right. We're going to look in the mirror. We're going to hang it around his outside, but he's managed to get past. Patrick Tambay in the Renault also managed to get past. But now we're in fourth. We're going to try and hunt down Patrick Tambay in his Renault. He's got a very quick car underneath him, but his car has been proven to be unreliable in the past few races in this season, just like the modern Renault. As we head through this quick right hand, we're going to try and shape up a move on him. We're going to head to the inside, not quite enough room there. He squeezes us onto the curb, and we've not quite got that position just yet. The car is lacking in straight line speed at the moment, but in the corners it's pretty, it's fairly strong actually. Heading under the bridge now into a heavy braking zone. It's another chicane. We got a little bit wide. We get a bad exit there, and that might leave us vulnerable to Elio De Angelis behind, who has got a very quick Lotus underneath him. So we're going to stick to the inside, put the boost mode level up, and head to the inside of the hairpin to defend the position. We're going to park it on the apex of the hairpin, and we've kept that position, but we're still in third behind Tambay. Taking a look back at the start though, we actually get a fairly decent start behind Alain Prost, but we do allow Nigel Mansell to get alongside us, He goes around our outside, and that becomes the inside for the next corner. Tombe also gets past as we understeer a bit of turn 2. Now heading into the second chicane, we're going to try and overtake Tombe as quickly as possible so he can't get away. He's got a very quick Renault underneath him, but it has been proven to be a little bit unreliable in past few races. Heading through this very quick right-hander though, we've got a much better run than Tombe, and we head to his inside, but he doesn't quite give us enough room on the inside there, and that allows him to keep the position. But by the end of lap 1, we're actually not too far behind Tombe now. Prost is holding up Tombe and Mansell, so that's allowing us to pull up alongside Tombe, and as we head to the inside there, he gives us another cut across the inside of the curb there. We get a much better run out of turn 2 as we try to outbrake him into the chicane, but we don't quite have enough room there. But we're going to see how much of a run we get through this quick right-hander. We have been strong here in the past few laps, and we head to the inside. There's contact though, a little bit of contact. He touches us once again, but he's kept that position. He's gotten very aggressive in defending third place at the moment. And at the exact same time, DeAngelis is right behind us. He's going to try and overtake us down the inside. We're looking at our mirrors to try and find where he is, but I think he's not quite alongside us as we head around the outside of DeAngelis, and we've kept fourth position. And on the next lap, we're going to try and overtake Tombe once again, heading into the first sector. We're going to try and outbrake him into the chicane. Not quite enough room there to outbrake him. Heading through here, he's got a lot of oversteer on the exit of that corner. As we head through the right-hander, we're going to try and look around his outside. Not quite enough room there, but he's taken the defensive line into the braking zone. We've got an absolutely awful run out of that chicane, and this is going to allow DeAngelis, who's right behind us, another shot overtaking us. As we're going to head to the inside, we're going to head to the defensive line to stop him from overtaking us as he heads around our outside. Is he going to make the move work? Yes, he is, as he sweeps around our outside. But we've got a much better run than DeAngelis out that chicane. We're going to try and retake the position once again, but he's got a much better engine than us. He's pulling ahead straight away as we try and outbrake him into the hairpin, but we've not got quite enough room to make that overtake work. But taking a look at the replay of how DeAngelis actually managed to get past, we tried to outbrake Tombe into the chicane. We narrowly avoid contact, and he gets a massive amount of oversteer as they head into one of the quickest corners on the circuit. I tried to hang it around his outside, but don't quite have enough grip and speed to do that. And at the same time, DeAngelis is all over the back of my gearbox. By going on board with DeAngelis here, you're actually going to see how much of an advantage his Honda engine will give him along this straight. His straight line speed advantage will be absolutely massive over us. Our engine isn't great as he outbrakes us going onto the bridge and heads straight around our outside to take that position. But heading back into the action, and we're right on the back of DeAngelis as we head into turn 1. Now we're going to outbrake DeAngelis down the inside. We're actually going to outbrake Tombe as well as we now head around Tombe's outside. We're going to hang it right around the outside. We have actually made that move stick. It's a fairly good move from us. But by the end of the lap, we do actually start to hunt down the other Lotus of Nigel Mansell as we head down into the hairpin. We've outbraked ourselves though, and we've gone straight on. We've missed the corner. I don't know what happened there. It's like the brakes just didn't work. It's a fairly weird mistake from us. It's almost a mechanical failure. I'm not sure what happened, but Canada is a fairly unforgiving track on the brakes, and later on I did actually receive a message from my engineer Chris.
Ayrton, your front brakes are overheating. Look after your brake temps. I repeat, look after your brake temps.
So that is confirmation from my race engineer that I do have trouble with my brakes at the moment. It is a fairly common problem in Canada here, as we're on the back of Rennie Arnoux as we head around this outside, which then becomes the inside for the next corner. And it's almost a sort of deja vu event here as we're on the back of DeAngelis once again in this race. We're going to find an hour way past him to head into the chicane. We're not too close to him as we can't really make an overtake work at this point, but we're heading into the quick right-hander. We try to make a move around his outside. There's not quite enough room as we have a little bit of contact there. We're span right around, and I'm not sure what happened there, but it seemed to be another brake problem, so we're having massive problems with the brakes during this race. They're just overheating far too much at this stage of the race. And just a few corners after that spin, we're going to head into the hairpin once again. We've got even more brake problems, and we span once again. We narrowly missed the Brabham of Nelson Piquet. Keke Rosberg is just coming along the road now. He's completely cut the corner for some reason just to get past us. And we head out of the hairpin now. We've got a much better run than Keke Rosberg as we're right behind him. We're going to try and make a move into the chicane. We do make that move stick, and it's a really good move from us there, although it's pretty bold. And with the brake temperatures through the roof, we're going to try and slow the car down for the hairpin. We've missed the corner though. We've gone off the circuit. We've just about managed to keep the car under control, but we're struggling massively with these brakes. And it wasn't long for the first pit stop of the race as we head through this sort of chicane as we enter the pits. This pit lane doesn't actually have a speed limit as we almost pull into the wrong pit box actually, and we take out about half of our pit crew there before stopping in our pit box. Once again, it's a fairly long pit stop because I've got the fuel rate on, I think, about ×7 just to get the AI to pit. It's a relatively long pit stop, but I do fix that for later races, but we do emerge out, I believe, in that 11th position behind Keke Rosberg. He's going extremely slowly at turn 1 for some reason, I'm not sure why, but we're going to try and re-overtake him. We did overtake him at that quick chicane, so it shouldn't really be a problem trying to overtake the Williams driver once again. We've lost a lot of time this race due to spins, due to brake failures and things like that, which is a shame because I've actually got really good pace in the race at this moment in time. You can see I've actually set the quickest lap of the race. We're right behind Rosberg now. He's getting held up by Manfred Winkelhock in the ATS car, and he's actually taken absolutely no speed through that corner, and we've gone into the back of him. We almost spanned the car once again. He's getting held up by Winkelhock there. We're going to head to the inside. He's not giving us a lot of room on the inside there, close to the wall. We're going to outbrake both drivers actually. We just about make the corner, and it's actually a fairly good move from us once again. On lap 11, after a lap of relatively cleaner, I'm actually catching Nigel Mansell at a pretty fast rate, and you can see his car was actually burning on the side of the road there. He's had a fairly horrible season. I think he's only finished 2 of the races this season, so his Lotus is pretty unreliable. See Tombe there at the side of the road, his car is also broken down, so that's 2 positions gained for us. At this point in the race, I actually looked down at my fuel meter, and I realised I didn't actually have enough fuel for the rest of this race. I know that Canada is a fairly tough track on brakes, but in terms of fuel as well, it's actually fairly tough as well. So I thought of possibly turning down the boost level to save fuel, but then again, it would be more fun to actually pit for new tyres and get more fuel on board and then push the rest of the race. You can see up ahead, there's a few cars which are going very, very slowly. It's Thierry Boutsen, Andre de Cesaris and Corrado Fabi, and I've gone around the outside of 2 cars there. I'm not sure what sort of problem the Brabham driver of Fabi actually had, but it's a fairly weird incident to happen there. Heading down into another chicane though, under the bridge, and I've missed the braking zone once again, and I've actually had more problems on brakes.
Your brakes are critical, Ayrton. Try to manage them for the last few laps.
But after a lap of pushing on these new soft tyres after the pit stop, I've caught up to the back of de Cesaris. I'm not sure what team he drives for. I believe it's Ligier in 1984. He drove for a lot of teams in his career. But you can see I'm right on the back of his gearbox. And Johnny Cotto, my teammate, is actually helping me quite a lot in this situation. He's holding up de Cesaris. And I'm going to use this to my advantage. I'm going to switch to the inside. I'm going to overtake de Cesaris. I'm going to overtake my teammate at the same time to not lose too much time. And on the second last lap of the race, I'm running in a fairly comfortable 4th at the moment, ahead of de Cesaris and behind Piquet. Braking for turn 1 though, my brakes just don't seem to work for that corner. I'm not quite sure why, but I know I had problems earlier in the race with brakes, but at that corner, so near the end of the race, I think my brakes might have just gone, and it seemed like a brake failure or something like that. Braking for this chicane though, and I've actually spanned the car right the way around. I'm into the wall. I think that might be my race over. So after retiring from the race due to a brake failure, we're going to look at the championship standings now. René Arnoux for Ferrari is in first with 32 points, ahead of Niki Lauda and Nelson Piquet. Piquet moved up to 3rd after getting a podium in the race, and I'm actually in 4th, which is fairly good, although it's a really, really tight battle between us, Piquet, De Andros and possibly Prost as well. So it's going to be a really, really fun season to look forward to. And taking a look at the constructors standings, McLaren is still at the top, although the gap to Ferrari has been slightly decreased with Arnoux's win in Canada. We're sitting in 5th with 19 points. I've scored 18 of those 19 points, with Johnny Cotto, I believe, scoring only 1 of those points. But yeah, despite retiring, I thought that wasn't too bad a race in my opinion. I had a few good overtakes, enjoyed battling with the AI, and I probably would have finished in a really, really good position actually if I hadn't had that brake failure at the end of the race. My brakes almost lasted to the end of the race, but I guess the radiator or the brake duct just wasn't set high enough in the setup. I couldn't really have predicted that, but yeah, it was a fairly good race actually, and the next race should be a bit better. It's another street track. But I did actually add Chris Cook as my engineer. I asked him to do commentary, so if you want to check out his channel, I'll leave a link in the description. He does really, really funny videos, and I properly recommend you subscribe to him because his content is absolutely great. But anyway, if you like this video, remember to like, comment and subscribe. We're going to aim for 50 likes on this video, And if you get 50 likes, I'll try and get the next episode out as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and make this series regular again, just like it used to be, because this was the most popular series on my channel. I actually really enjoyed doing it, but I just didn't have the time to do it in the end. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll speak later.